In the last video, we put in this background pattern, which I made as a custom pattern, and it repeats seamlessly. If you don't make it so it's a seamless repeating image, you'll get seams in it, and you'll get that sort of 2002 MySpace kind of look, which I don't know, maybe that'll come back into fashion as well, and that's okay too. But I kind of prefer them to be seamless so that you don't see the seams as the pattern is repeating here. And where did this come from? I took a photo. I'm going to go back to Photoshop here. I just took a photo of with my phone of this felt piece on my wall, and it's very orange here, as you can see, this orange felt piece here. And this image is quite large because I took it with my phone, so I've got kind of a nice large photo here. If I go to image size, it's like 3024 by 4032 pixels. So what could I do to take this and turn it into a repeating image? Well, first thing I might do is crop down just kind of a square chunk of it. I'm just going to stick to this corner up here. I'm just get kind of a square of it here. And then go to image and choose crop to crop that image. Oops, got lost it there. You have to unlock the background. Image crop. There we go. So I've got that now. It's still too big. So if I go to image size, it's going to tell me this is 1248 by 1248 pixels. That's still too big. I'm going to cut it down to about 600 pixels square. That's probably plenty for what I need. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to zoom in a bit so I can see what I'm working with here. Okay, so here it is sort of zoomed in. But this is not really going to repeat very well. I mean, it's not going to make really bad seams, but it will make some seams. Let's actually go ahead and see what it would look like with the seams. I'm going to go to the Edit menu and choose Define Pattern. It's kind of outside of my recording area here, so you can't really see that, but I'm going to Edit and Define Pattern, and I'm going to set this to, orange BG or something like that, and that creates a pattern here. And if I were to go back to this page here and put that pattern in over here, that's that one. So I go down to this one down here. I don't know, really. And swap it from this one to the orange one. You can see the seams. So you can see there's a seam there. And you can see the seams down here. So those don't look so good. I don't really want that. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove the seams. So the way to do that, and you can do this with any of these types of images. You can take pictures of your wooden desk or of a texture on a fabric or a wall texture. There's tons of places you can go to take pictures of textures that you can turn into repeating patterns in this way. And that first step is to size it down so that it fits properly, about 600, 500, maybe 400 pixels square. And then go to Filter, Other, and Offset. I'm sorry, some of that is off the screen here. But put in half the size here and half the size there. And when you click OK, you'll see it'll put the seams in the middle. Then it's just a matter of using the eyedropper, the clone stamp tool, to sort of dab and hold down the Option key to select a spot, and then you can kind of dab over these seams to remove them. And with the image like this, it doesn't take more than, it doesn't even take more than a minute to very quickly remove all of these seams in a way that's will kind of work well. I'm just dabbing and removing these seams. And then what we'll end up with is a nice repeating image that will work well on our page here. I kind of like the sort of blurriness of this picture. I think it's kind of sort of accidental, but it sort of worked out kind of nicely. All right, so once you get that all set, you could go ahead and export this file, but you could make further adjustments to this. The adjustments layer over here, you can add hue and contrast adjustments to these things. You could colorize it, and you can make this any color you want. You can bump up the saturation or make it more muted. So this is how I sort of got the blue one there. So you can do, any color you want, and you can lighten it, you can darken it, and create sort of any image that you want, and it'll repeat nicely. So that's how I made the blue one that you see in the folder, and that's a great trick that you can use, and you can do the exact same thing over here in the Photopia thing here. So I have that other image open here, and you could do the same thing where crop it down, size it down, edit, do I crop? Image crop, there it is, crop. And then I can size it down with the image size, make it like 600 pixels. There we go. And then you can do the exact same thing with the filter. I can zoom in here, so maybe not that much. There we go. But I could do the same thing with the filter, other, offset. I'm not sure where the offset went. Pattern, offset. There's got to be a control panel for this somewhere, but I'm not seeing where it is. But you can do the exact same thing here to make this image here in the Photopia software.